everyone. They just changed the Elite Arena, so now there's less of an incentive to use the Justice Gang. So unless you have them very big, on par with the opponents, let's say Wonder Woman or other teams, I wouldn't use everyone. I'm just gonna show what I'm using. I'm rank 3 at the moment, which is very cool. So I didn't touch my block team. Originally I was thinking, okay, they will do the same, that they will have superpower damage reduction and physical damage dealers will be a lot more important. But what they did, they only buffed anti-hero characters that also include a Red Hood and the creature commandos, especially Bright, that's a little bit more usable. And I'm trying at the moment. And also, when you are doing armor break, you get set the armor. So what that means is when you are reducing their defense and crit resistance a little bit, and then you are getting sturdy armor, which is increases your defense and crit resistance. I think that's bugged. I don't know if it doesn't give the buff, or it gives it but it doesn't show the icon that you have it, because I'm attacking with a team that is doing a lot of armor break. That's why I brought Batman again in here. So Batman is with all of his attacks, he's putting out armor break. Sinestro can put out armor break with his advanced attack that he hits a row, usually the front row, so 2 people. And Grodd can put out armor break, so with his basic. So I thought, okay, that's a team that already synergizes with that. You're gonna be also a bit more, already is putting out many armor breaks. You will be a little bit more survivable that way. And I like Batman. He's a little bit tankier than my rank 8 Deathstroke. So I'm trying it like this at the moment. I don't particularly like that he gets the buff from Parallax, because it targets your highest attack ally, and even though he isn't the highest attack, he gains 20% from his passive, so that's making him to take that. I'm still testing that. I like Superman with them, because he is a very nice tank, and Dampen can help Sinestro put out more damage. I have the mirror because they don't really get healing, besides Raven possibly reviving someone with full HP. That the mirror with them makes them a little bit stronger with that they can actually, you can heal Raven before she revives in some situations, and she revives people with more HP because she revives based on the HP that she has. So I'm testing this out. I'm not a massive fan of the theme. It's my worst one. Anyway you slice it. Previous season I had originally Penguin and Ivy in there. They're kinda small. I replaced them with a Two-Face and Lex, and that's how Two-Face uses his ultimate last, because it's physical damage dealer. They're having like a 10-20% win rate, but that's it. Maybe with a bigger Sinestro this can move up to 30%, and it usually does. So I can lose against a big Sinestro if I have bad RNG. But still, this is the best team that I will have. I'm pretty sure that in this season, that's because anti-heroes are all the new characters that are gonna be released: Peacemaker, Vigilante, and Judo Master, and they will be putting out armor break and extending them. So I'm pretty sure Peacemaker, we don't know his kit yet, but I'm pretty sure Peacemaker will find his way either here, because he probably will put out some debuffs, or in this team where I'm trying Bright. Maybe he will find his way here and will move Superman here. That's also an option. We'll see. Let's talk about this team, because okay, debuff team, maybe you can win sometimes. I have them relatively big. I'm not too far of bringing Sinesso to rank 9. Maybe then he will be a little bit stronger, question mark. So we have the revive from Red Hood. He's back in the meta and stronger stronger than he ever was by having the 50% more stats that is probably gonna play a role in this season. So I have him here. His Sim Synergy gives crit chance and crit damage, so you can kill the opponents quickly. And when you have him at rank 10, his Sim Synergy at rank at level 3, it when his ally crit, he increases superpower resistance for allies up to maximum of 30%. Bright synergizes with that. Bright has some crit chance in her kit, and I'm hoping that this season with extra stats that she's gonna be more helpful here. So she has a base crit rate already. It goes plus 5% for every 20% that she loses. But if you have her rank 7, that you probably will have, it goes for every 10% lost. So this can go up to... I don't think you can take into account her healing, but okay, with the revive, yes. It can go to 50% crit rate or a little bit less. That's already great, and you have another 2 Frantics from Zatanna on her. And when she revives, if you have her at rank, her emblem at rank 20, she does a basic basically. When she dies, it uses her basic attack that hits many people and has an additional 50% crit rate already, so you will be 100% most likely with this. But it also says it's guaranteed because you're already getting like by losing the HP, but it gives you an extra bonus 100% crit rate that you are guaranteed to crit in one of her abilities. You are, when she dies, you also have a crit chance in her kit. Just because I'm testing her, I did put the gear I have on legs and the artifact just to test her out to see if she's a nice tank this season. I'll probably move her gear more to HP and attack rather than speed, but I had more HP in my speedy gear, if that makes sense, because I have HP bonus on the communications device and the accessory. So I'm trying Bright here. I really like her. She looks like with a 50% HP that and defense, that because she's an anti-hero, that she's very tanky, and as I said, she can help also defensively by critting because she hits many people with her basic, that will increase the superpowered resistance for your whole team, and many teams that will beat a comp like this have superpower damage, like for example Block with Constantine and Pandora. Constantine's all his abilities are superpower. Pandora's ultimate superpower damage. Getting 30% less damage of those is very nice. Some people might have a big Justice Gang that can beat that, but you need to have at least, like, if you're going up against the Wonder Woman that are at rank 10, you kinda need to have your Mr. Terrific and Superman DCU at rank 10. I don't think Guy is super important in there. Maybe Mr. Terrific will still get more play here, especially if you have him that big, or big in contrast to your opponents and the rest of your characters that you're using. So if I had like Mr. Terrific at rank 10, because basically everyone that I'm using is at rank 10 or very close to there. If I had Mr. Terrific also at rank 10, I would probably find a spot for him. Maybe the debuff team, maybe try to find a way to make his Sim Synergy work and just don't have growth in there. But if you have him at rank 7, rank 8, and you're going up against the people with the characters at rank 10, and you have other characters at rank 10 like Constantine and stuff, it might be better to not use them. At least that's what I'm planning to do now, because I face against some with a team like this, against a Just Gang team that with Constantine and Zatanna that would normally beat me the previous season, because you have minus damage for the 70% for Wonder Woman, plus 100% stats for them. Now that those two aren't there, I walked right over them, I destroyed them. Let's play it back. Okay, so they're all at rank 10. They're not even small. Like demolition. Red Hood has more stats now. They will kind of survive a little bit, but not enough to do stuff. I think it wasn't Zatanna, it was Dr. Fate. But this team would have beat me, would have probably with a nice margin the previous season, and now I'm beating it relatively comfortably. You also have Bright here calling like many people to attack. Wonder Woman is already like doing a lot of damage. You have Frantic your team potentially, and you can help this can heal your team a little bit. Also have the artifact on her at the moment that when you use your ultimate you heal for 30% of your HP. So yeah, that was very easy. I still have the Red Hood revive that could kill them. I didn't even need to have this. So yeah, this team is definitely back. We'll see what will happen with Peacemaker, because Peacemaker is supposed to be anti-crit. Maybe he will change those things around a little bit, and but I'm pretty sure we'll find a way to use Red Hood. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep Bright in here or I'm gonna replace her with Lex. At the moment I like Bright a lot. She's already tankier than Lex. She gets almost like without the 50% extra, she can have at least 1.5 times be beaten up more than Lex if you don't count if you count like burst damage, because Lex after a while gets a 40% damage reduction and he seals himself. So a team that goes in quickly with a lot of burst damage, like the team is here, you would probably be better to counter it with Bright. I imagine she will take more hits before dying. When she dies, she will revive and do damage, just like Red Hood does. She will crit more than a Lex, so I'm hoping the 50% stats make a difference. I'm gonna change the gear, probably. I wouldn't necessarily recommend speed gear on her, but as I've said, this would be they're having HP bonus here. This has HP bonus as the last one. They're more I have a higher investment into them than putting like some gear just to get a little bit more attack or HP. It's not really worth it. So I like this team so far. I've kept on Mr. Terrific the better gear because I'm still looking at Victor's Arena, because Victor Arena will give double the rewards. So, and I left relatively good gear on Guy because I want to do good in there, and the Elite Arena is a longer season, so you can, even if you lose a little bit the first couple of days, in one day you can get everything back up, and doesn't matter how much you push it now, you won't get the highest rankings here. You will need to do that in the course of the whole season. So closer to when it ends, you can achieve the best rankings. So this was a team like with Lex that many people are using before the physical damage reduction. Now I'm trying Bright in there. She's at rank 8 at least. I wouldn't try like a Bright that had massive difference with but rank 8 Bright versus a rank 10 Lex, and I'm trying Bright in there, and I'm happy with her because she looks like to be tankier in there, and she probably helps a little bit more with the damage. I don't know if we will need something like a shield. This is more of a team that you want to kill the opponents quickly before they kill you. You have some sustain by lifesteal. Bright definitely fits thematically because she crits, giving you superpower resistance quicker. She will heal. She already heals herself to some degree with her basic. She will do that more. She calls assist like Lex does with her ultimate, so she will help that way, putting out more damage and lifesteal for your team to have lifesteal. So I don't have the best gear at the moment on Two-Face. His ultimate going off last, and I have kept this gear on Terrific to do better, but then I'm gonna bring it back to Two-Face. Also, Two-Face is kinda close to go to rank 10, which will give me another 2% super damage amplification, which if you're wondering why people are using Two-Face in a team like this, the reason is that if you are in the back row, his civil side will be revealed, and his civil side will give damage amplification to the back row allies, 14%, 16 or 18%. So if you can have 18% more damage with Wonder Woman in her ultimate, it may kill someone that if you didn't have that, this might not happen. Also, Two-Face goes very fast, and his advanced attack, because I have speed on him also, is to 21 speed. So his advanced attack tosses a coin, and there's a small chance, because most likely it's gonna put out a bleed for 2 turns, which okay, helps a little bit with the damage. But there's a small chance that it inflicts silence and 2 stacks of a slow for 2 turns. When you get him to rank 10, the silence will go to 3 turns, and it hits the lowest proportion HP, which sometimes is a big damage dealer. So he can go very fast, put the silence for 3 turns. This is not the most likely to happen, but I don't know how much the chance is. I think it's around 10%. Maybe I'm wrong exactly about the number, but I think there's around 10% chance that he's gonna put silence for 3 turns and slow, that will make the opponents go slower. And also his emblem maxed out will toss the coin one more time, so it can and it will also, just by rank 10, it knocks back the action bar by 10% if you land the silence, so that's awesome. And it can, by tossing it one more time, it can double the chances that you're putting that slow or and silent, or at least do a little bit more damage and more bleeds and stuff. He's definitely a nice character. Also, when his battle started, this will reveal in the back row allies gain 15% lifesteal. So this works more in the sense that you have lifesteal from Zatanna, you have more lifesteal from Two-Face, so Wonder Woman will stay alive because she deals massive damage, and she will be healing from that. You go very fast with the Wonder Woman ultimate having 20% more crit damage. You have Red Hood's ultimate going on second, that he will have more crit damage, and he has 50% more stats now. When Red Hood dies and he's at rank 8, he also he revives after 2 turns, and deals an ultimate for free, so after reviving the person who defeated him is still alive, he enlists his ultimate at the target once without any cost. Now they kinda change that, and if the person who defeated him is dead, he will just hit the person in front of him with his ultimate. So he does one more ultimate for free that can, with a 50% more stats on him now, can make him kill someone. I have the artifact on him that when he kills someone, it gives him 50% action bar and then more basic attack damage for the rest of the match by 35%. So he's very likely dying because he's in the spot of the main tank. He gets killed, he revives after 2 turns and does an ultimate for free, possibly killing someone. Especially many times, like the people that kill him are DPS that are a little bit squeezier, that you may be already have used Wonder Woman with ultimate, so they will be half HP, and then he goes in with extra stats, kills them, gains 50% action bar if you can afford having race gun on him, and you can even move it around if you're using it only specific times where you try to do like a main stage push or something in your challenges. You can just change it around and leave the wrist gun on Red Hood on the most of the time, where if you're using this team and you have him relatively built. So then he gets 50% action bar and can use a basic that will deal 35% more damage and can possibly kill a second person. That's awesome, and I'm excited now having him having 50% more stats to do that. So maybe will be a little bit better also as a tank because he's very squishy, and yes, you kinda want him to die and revive and deal more damage, but the opponents are very strong and he's lacking a little bit in that regard. Like a team like this, okay, yes, you have now Bright that is very beefy and with extra stats, but you would kinda want to have someone in the front row that can take a hit more before they go after your Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman has some breathing room and can use a second ultimate. I have the throne in there that gives them extra defense to everyone by 30%, and the vitality will give them a little bit more energy. So you can use more ultimates, and this team really want to kill the opponents quickly. And you have the tiger here that if it's a rank 3, if the opponents have lower than 40% HP, everyone, not just the back row, it will add more bleeds to them, so this can possibly kill some people that the Wonder Woman would have left with very low HP, and you go in with a tiger and you clip them off. It gives a final killing blow to them. So that's what I'm trying. I think it will say like this. Maybe a Peacemaker can go in here. So Bright. Maybe you can even imagine like a world where you won't have Two-Face and you have Red Hood maybe in the back row as a second damage dealer that gives at least a 20% crit chance crit damage, and you have like Peacemaker to counter opponents. Wonder Woman, we'll see about that, how it plays out. Or Peacemaker can go in here instead of Superman or Grodd because he might make this team win against a Wonder Woman. We'll see. I'm probably gonna update what I'm gonna do with Peacemaker after I test him a little bit. We'll try to make that quickly this time, and then you have this team I haven't really changed. I'm kind of considering moving. I definitely would love to have the mirror in here, but I kind of want to give a chance to this team to win. Maybe I'm gonna bring the mirror back up. The bat cycle doesn't do too much in here. Some situations it's actually negative because you go against an opponent's block team and they heal by blocking that, but it's one more that I had available. I definitely throw here the Batmobile because this is a team that needs a little bit to get going, because you need to block to get more attack stat on everyone. So by having the Batmobile go fast, maybe stunning someone, then maybe they won't hit you with a DPS that would try to clip off your back row quickly, and they use a different ultimate instead that hits like your front row, and by doing that you have like 2 more blocks that will give you more attack stat, so you might have an extra 4% attack when you're using Constantine's ultimate, so that might kill someone, or on everyone you will have a little bit more attack. I think this is nice, and also by blocking you will be healed back a small percentage of the damage you will be dealt. So this team will start going that way, and this is my strongest team probably, that I kind of want to double down having the Batmobile in here to make it sure that I win. You can try Kid Flash in here, especially if you don't have a big Pandora. I know I'm not using Kid Flash this season at the moment, so I don't know. Pandora is a little bit bigger, and she's a better healer and that deals damage, but has a little bit of a weakness because she doesn't heal herself, so in some situations she can die. Otherwise, love this team. I don't think I'm gonna change it since we don't have anyone nerfing the superpower damage. That I kinda like actually, because it could be very bad to invest into Justice Gang for the previous season to have superpower damage on, or even on other characters like Constantine or Green Lantern Hal, or even like someone like Ivy that can help with the back row challenge. That I'm gonna probably make an extensive guide relatively soon for every one of the challenges. I have a video discussion about that, and that's covering all of them at the moment. And yeah, it would be bad to invest into superpower damage dealers that in the exact next season you cannot use them at all. I kinda like that. If you have I kinda like that they didn't put physical damage, superpower damage reduction. I'm not minding them doing that next season, but probably not. They already made something that will help the new team. Probably they were gonna release a new team after that, but we'll see. We'll see exactly how they do it. Probably everyone will fit. Maybe I kinda don't like my second team, so if I can use more characters in here from Peacemaker's team that would be stronger in this season, this is definitely the first team that goes off. I don't know how much Sinestro going from rank 8 to rank 9 will change. I think it will make this team at least win 5% more. That can be nice. I'm not 100% sure if I want to keep Batman in here. At the moment, I don't see them getting the buff after them putting out the armor break. I don't know what's up with that. But I'm keeping Batman in here because he will probably be more survivable, having also this buff. At least to try him this season. He's also his badge for me is at level 25, and so he has an investment in him that can pay off this season potentially. Having like Batman, Sinestro, and Groot having a little bit more defense can make this team a little bit more strong. Maybe just Peacemaker in here can make something happen, like even instead of Batman and just having him here. We'll see. You cannot really give recommendation of a character that for once you don't do to your kid, then you need to test that. We'll give an update on that. But I'm very happy with how these teams are performing. This team is definitely the weakest link that has really some chance of winning. Hoping to get advantage of the season rules with Batman in here. So good luck everyone for this Elite Arena. And if you have investment into anti-heroes like a Bright, I would try to use them, but not necessarily force it if you see the first couple of weeks that they're couple of matches, like 20 matches, that they are not as strong. Wait for Peacemaker then.